Hello everybody and welcome to the Football Philosophy channel, and it's FA Cup third round day, and this evening at 8 o'clock it's United and Watford at Old Trafford. There's already been a couple of games. Last night Wolves beat Palace. I'm always interested to see how all the teams, the Premier League teams really, I'm always interested to see how they take it. I mean, a lot of them play weakened teams in the League Cup and in the FA Cup. So I've looked at the lineups from Wolves and Palace last night. They were both at full strength as far as I can tell. Wolves beat Palace. I didn't see the game. I believe it was a really good goal by Adama Traore, the only goal of the game. And in the other game, Liverpool beat Villa. Very strange game. Liverpool beat Villa 4-1 comfortably in the end. But again, I've looked at the lineups and I was shocked to see that Villa played a particularly youthful lineup. I didn't really know any of the youth players that were in the Villa lineup, so the final result wasn't a shock at all. Liverpool, to me, had quite a strong. They had a strong team out and they had a strong bench, whereas Villa, I hardly recognised the name in the lineup or on the bench. So Liverpool are already through, and Wolves are already through. Hopefully, United can join them tonight. A lot's been spoken about since we got beat by City. 2-0 in the Carabou Cup semi-final the other night. People talking about are they bottling it in semi-finals. I'm not sure that they're bottling it in semi-finals. It's a funny old game, you know. In cup competitions, the luck of the draw is so important, or can be so important. Look, you can beat good teams along the way. The year we won the treble, it was astonishing how many good teams we drew in the FA Cup. We knocked Liverpool out, we knocked Chelsea out, we knocked Arsenal out. Usually you get the luck of the draw in the cups, and even if you win it, some of them big teams get knocked out by other big teams, and you don't have to play so many of the top sides to get to the final. So United, for me, have had the luck of the draw reaching these semi-finals that they keep talking about that they've been in. If you think about the games that they've played over the last 12 or 18 months in the cups, we played Colchester and Rochdale and Derby County and Norwich, and then the Europa League as well. Teams like Lask, I think that was a quarter final game against Lask. So you don't have to play big teams to get to these semis. So it's a bit much, I think, saying that we've reached these semis. I mean, I've had a look at it, and we knocked Chelsea out in the FA Cup. In the League Cup last season. We knocked Everton out in the League Cup this season, and we knocked Wolves out in the FA Cup last season. To me, that's the only three decent teams that we've knocked out en route to reaching those four semi-finals. So in the semi-finals, in each semi-final, for me, we've drawn the best team that we've drawn in the whole competition. So we drew City in the Carabou Cup semi-final last season, and they knocked us out. We drew Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final, and they knocked us out. They were the best team we played in it at that stage. We knocked Chelsea out in the Carabou Cup, but obviously I rank City higher than them. So the first time we played the best team that we played, we got beat. So we got beat by City in the League Cup semi, got beat by Chelsea in the FA Cup semi, who were the best team we played in the FA Cup. Then we got beat by Sevilla in the Europa League semi, who were the best team we played in it up to that point. And then we've just got beat by City in the Carabou Cup, who again are the best team. So it's all right saying it's four semi-finals. We've reached four semi-finals. Most of the teams, virtually every team that you've played along route to each final, you would expect to win. So it isn't really a big deal. It's just coincidental, and it's helped by the luck of the draw. Don't get me wrong. This is how cup football works. I'm not saying it's great winning cups, it's great reaching finals, it's so bad reaching semi-finals, but really we're Man United, we want better than that. We want at least to be getting to finals, don't we? And I just think all this stuff about, we've reached four semi-finals, two things about it. It's nothing to write home about because of the luck of the draw, but secondly, all this talk about, are they bottle jobs? Why are they getting beat? Why are they getting beat in all these semi-finals? What can they do to change it? it's as simple as this for me. It's as simple as this. In the semi-finals that we've played, we've had a really tough draw. We've played against the best teams that we've played in the whole of that tournament. And if we happen to have drawn City in the quarter-final instead twice, they'd probably, look, you never know, it's a little bit earlier. It depends how you're playing at the time. But there's a great chance we'd have got knocked out earlier if we'd have drawn them teams earlier. Great chance. Certainly would have, if we'd have drawn all them teams in the quarter-finals instead of in the semi-finals, we probably would have lost at least 2 or 3 quarter-finals, if not 4. So it's just a look at the draw. You've drawn them in the semi, so you got beat in the semi. It's as simple as that. And there's nothing untoward. There's nothing about bottling it. You just draw in the best teams that you've played in the tournament, in the semi-final, and that's that. So the longer we can stay in the FA Cup, Ollie wants to win something. He said time and again that he wants to win something. I've said since pre-season I would take one of the cups and a top 4 place. I would still stick by that. Now that we're out of the League Cup, desperate to win the FA Cup, that's the next one. So I want us to win. I want us to get through this game. And as I've just been speaking about a look at the draw, I'm not being critical. I'm just stating facts. That's how it is. So I'm also hoping that we get through this. And I'm hoping we get the look at the draw. And the way it works for you, like I just said, Liverpool are already through. I can't think who City have got, by the way. But City, if City get through, you want the look of the draw, not just in who you draw, but you want teams like that to draw each other, so they're knocking each other out along the way. We don't want to have to try and get past City, for example, beat City ourselves, and then maybe draw Liverpool in the next round and then get knocked out, or the other way round. So you want these teams to be drawing each other. You want the look of the draw in more ways than one. So I hope we beat Watford today. I'm desperate to beat them, and I also hope we get the look of the draw in the next round. So what sort of lineup is he going to pick today? In his press conference, he said Igalo. Look, I think I expected this anyway. Obviously it's Igalo's swan song with United. He was a fan's favourite when he first came in, but a lot of people, I don't think he was too bad. A lot of people saying he went off the boil. I don't think he got enough game time after having had the first few games that he played or the first few cameos. I thought he was okay, Igalo. I'd have given him a bit more game time. But obviously they don't need him now. They've got Cavani in as well. So it's his swan song and it's against a club that he's played for before. So there was quite a few people thinking he might get a start. But I think it was pretty obvious from what Ollie said. He's going to be involved and we'll try and get him on at some stage. So obviously he's going to be on the bench. So if Igalo's going to be on the bench, I think the team is going to be made up. It's going to be a few changes. He said there'll be changes. Of course there'll be changes. He will be resting players and he'll be giving players games. But I think it's all going to be players who expect to get games. I don't think there's going to be any shocks or surprises, youth team players or anything like that. I think it's going to be a team of players who either get lots of games or expect to get lots of games, expect to get more game time in 1 or 2 cases, expect to get more game time than they're actually getting. So I've had a stab at it. What do I think it'll be? I think Henderson's just played against City because it was the League Cup. He kept him in goal for that, or he put him in goal for that. So it'll be an unusual situation for him since he's been here, but I've got a feeling he'll play again. I think De Gea will come back in against Burnley and then against Liverpool. So I think Henderson will be in the unusual situation of playing 2 games in a row. So I think he'll start. I think Axel will get a game at right back. I think Wan-Bissaka will get a rest. The 2 centre-backs, Maguire tends to play every game. Obviously, you want to be solid at the back. He's desperate to get through. He's not going to mess about too much with the back 4. He will give players games, though, who are playing quite often. So I think Axel's playing quite often. He'll play. I think Bailey will play. Lindelof might as well have a rest. He's just come back with his back problem. So I think Maguire, as ever, will play. And I think it'll be Bailey and Maguire as the 2 centre-backs. And I think the left-back will be Telles. So although that is like 3 changes to the back 4, it's a lot of changes in your back 4. You like to keep it pretty consistent, your back 4 really, but that's a lot of changes. But they're all competent players. They're all first-team regular squad players. So I think that'll be the back 4. Axel, Bailey, Maguire and Telles. In the midfield, I think in the front 6, I think there's a great chance of it being very similar to a team that I've named before that I'd love to see get. It doesn't matter against Watford, of course. It's a cup match against Watford. I'd love to see this team get a run against a good side, against one of the better sides. No disrespect to Watford, but they are a championship team. But I think McTominay and Matic might get a run in the centre of midfield. And the reason I think that, I'm just doing it on games played, really. Fred's playing all the time at the moment. Pogba's playing all the time at the moment. Matic played against Sheffield United and against Everton, but he hasn't. I think there's 3 games since then. We've played Villa, Wolves, and City since then, haven't we? So I think Matic will come back in. I don't think he's played since we played Everton. Is that right? Everton. We played Everton in a midweek game, didn't we? Well, he's certainly not played in the last 2 anyway. The last 2 games he's stuck with Pogba and he's stuck with McTominay and Fred. Fred's played a lot of games. I think Fred will get a rest. McTominay has had a rest recently. I think he'll keep McTominay in next to Matic. That's how I see him doing it for this game. Pogba will get a breather. Fred will get a breather. At number 10, he's been hinting at Bruno getting a rest. So I think Bruno will get a rest. I think Van der Beek will start at number 10. So that's McTominay, Matic and Van der Beek. And then on the flanks, I don't know what Juan Mata's done to upset him, from a lad who was getting plenty of games in the League Cup and that, and the odd league game even. He's not been getting games for a while. I think Juan Mata will come in on the right hand side. I'll be amazed if he doesn't, if I'm honest. If he doesn't come in, Juan Mata, for this game, I'd be asking the boss if he could go on loan somewhere if it was me, because he's played enough games. He's an experienced player. He doesn't let us down. Why on earth he's suddenly stopped using him completely, I don't know. So I expect Mata to get a game on the right hand side, and I think Dan James will come in on the left hand side. He's had a couple of games recently, but he's not started in the last 2 or 3. So I think Dan James will play on the left with Mata on the right, Van der Beek at 10, and then at number 9, he's already stated Igalo will, he said he'll be on the bench, really. He said he'll be involved and we'll try and get him on. So that means he's going to be on the bench, surely. Obviously, Cavani is suspended. So who have we got for number 9? As far as I can think, it leaves Martial, Rashford or Greenwood. I think he might give Greenwood a run at number 9. Personally, I'd play Martial. We do want to get through, and it's touch and go. It really is touch and go. He also might think to himself that there might be more chance of getting on the score sheet and boosting players' confidence and things like that. So he could play Martial. I doubt if Rashford will play at number 9. I think it'll be between Martial and Greenwood, and it'll be a toss of a coin for me. It's not a toss of a coin for me who's the better player and who should be playing at number 9. That's definitely Martial. But obviously, with it being this cup tie, he might give Martial a rest. And he might play Greenwood there. So I'll actually have a stab at Greenwood. So to recap, I think he's going to pick Henderson, Axel Tuanzebe, Bailey, Maguire and Telles. I think he'll go with McTominay and Matic in the middle, Van der Beek at number 10, Mata on the right, James on the left, and I'm going to say Mason Greenwood will start at number 9. That's what I think it'll be. Whatever he picks, I really want us to get through. I'll be looking forward to the draw. The draw's usually Monday. I think it'll be Monday. Desperate to get through and see who we get in the next round on Monday afternoon. I hope you've enjoyed that show. I'll be back live I think it's an 8 o'clock kickoff. I'm pretty sure it is. So I'll be back at 6:45 for 45 minutes, discussing the possible team news, what the papers are saying, what the teams might be, and then obviously when the team news comes out, seeing what people think about that and fielding questions in the comment section about the actual lineup. See how close I get to that predicted lineup there that I've just said as well. So if you've enjoyed that show, please subscribe. Please tell all your friends. If you didn't enjoy it, don't tell anyone. Keep stum.